Hey everyone, this is Steve, and today we're talking about NZXT's new Noctis 450 mid-tower case. This case uses the same chassis, the frame, as the H440, but has a vastly different exterior and even some performance tweaks. I had the opportunity to speak with Chung Tai, who worked as a designer on the Noctis 450, and that's what you're about to listen to here is our conversation talking about the design aspects, what went into the case, what users should expect, and things like that. Click the link in the description below for the full article on this case, and as always, we will have a review online as soon as we've got samples in hand, which should be very soon, so subscribe for that. Here's the interview. So on the Noctis 450, can you sort of give me your starting point as a designer when you set out to work on the Noctis? You know, what were your major sources of inspiration and things like that?
Well, I think in Noctis, I think we start with something sort of like the Phantom-ish kind of direction. Really like aggressive design, something that like I would say heavily inspired by like conceptual artworks, concept cars and stuff like that. Yeah, just want to be something really out there.
The Noctis, one of the most immediate things that I noticed looking through some of the press images was the LED underglow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what can you tell me more about that? Is that an LED or is it a cathode tube or what's going on there?
It's a LED. It's pretty much like the Razer one that we had before. So basically, similar idea with different colors, and it just happened that I think the case is well fit with the LED for like underglowing.
The price point I think is set at $140 right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so at that price point, are there any other cases currently on the market that you feel like the Noctis 450 is a response to?
I mean, this is like a premium kind of mid-tower case. I think style-wise, I'll pretty much say there's no comparison out there right now. And the chassis, I mean, it's been there. I mean, people like how the H440 is, and so I think the structure-wise, it's all good. It's very solid. Yeah,
Have there been any changes to the chassis itself, or is it basically identical to the 440?
pretty much identical.
Okay. And looking at the images here, there's something that's a little bit hard to understand just from the graphics I have, but it looks like there's sort of an overarching piece of plastic on top of the case and on the front, like they sort of cross each other.
Yeah, so I think that's a big main idea of the Noctis is that we're trying to have some this kind of layering design theme that's like most of the cases out there, it's pretty much like a solid block wrapping around the chassis. We're trying to have different layers going like underneath another one, so it really creates the depth of the overall design, and it actually also helps the strength of the panels too, because that's one of the issue that we're facing. That while we're having these kind of floating ideas, we're facing to the structure issues. So that's how we kind of end up with this interlocking layering design.
Right. So was that a design challenge where you were having structural issues and this sort of helped resolve that?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Were there any other design or manufacturing challenges that you came up with clever solutions to for the Noctis 450?
Well, also like underneath the mesh, we also add some like structures underneath that. It not only like serve as a structure, but also like the layering design that we're talking about. You also add almost like a fourth layer underneath the mesh. The closer that you get to the product, you actually see more things, and then you kind of continuously discovering the product, I think.
In terms of functionality and performance, I see three front fans and one rear fan. Are those 140 or 120?
I believe they're all 120 fans.
Okay. Given the design and the faceplate of the 450, does the 450 lend itself to better air intake than the previous, like the H440 and things like that?
Oh yeah, it is. We did internal test comparisons of course, the H440. We did choose some of the some of the product within like a similar price range. And yeah, I think the Noctis is outperforming in all of them basically. It got all the meshes there, so it got really good airflows.
What's sort of the target user? Who is your best fit user?
I think the Noctis is for someone really looking for some sort of exciting case, like they're looking for something that really appreciate or really looking forward to have some exciting design. I mean, the H440 is awesome. The Source 340 is really great as well, but the Noctis is going in a different direction. It's more aggressive. It's more like buying a supercar that you are being attracted by those appeals. But then also that you have a really good chassis that they support pretty much everything that you need. The look is the main thing. Also the lighting, underglowing lighting really gonna help people get attention on this product basically.